company featured. Welcome to this Stockbox interview. On Stockbox today, we're joined by Gavin Berkenheger, who is the consultant geologist for Arkle Resources. You're very welcome here, Gavin. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you, Mark.
Thank you very much for your time today. Now, you're going to be talking to us about the gold projects that Arkle Resources have. They have two gold projects, namely the Mine River and Inishowen. And today you're going to be talking about Mine River. So I believe you have a presentation that you'd like to take us through, and then we'll put some questions to you. So if I can hand over to you, take it away with your presentation when you're ready.
Yes, I was asked to do a bit of a summary on the Mine River gold project, which is what we're drilling on right now. So, of course, Arkle Resources, we've got three main projects to set the scene. We have the Mine River gold project, which is located in the south east of Ireland in the Ordovician rocks, and we've got the Inishowen gold project, which is within the Dalradian rocks in the north of Ireland. That's quite close to the Carnault gold deposit. So, and our main project is the Stone Park zinc project, and that's in the Carboniferous rock down in the south of Ireland there. So the Inishowen project at the moment, we've done similar kind of soil sampling as what we've done down at Mine River, and we do intend to do some drilling up there after Mine River, but right now the company is fully focused at Mine River. So just a bit of a background. Mine River project is 100% owned by Arkle Resources, and we're focused on about 5 licenses over this identified gold trend. And this gold trend we've identified from airborne geophysics and historic sampling, historic drilling data, and a lot of this was acquired from our previous JV partner, that was Hendrix. So our initial project has now tripled in size, and so we're focused on this 15-kilometer trend, and we've identified multiple targets along this 15-kilometer trend. So I'll just give you a rundown, because we bring up a lot of these target names in our press releases. So to go back to 2017, when we first started drilling, we started over here on the west of the target at Gibbet Hill. And this was focused on a 7.37 gram per ton outcrop of gold at the top of the hill. So we drilled a couple of holes there, and we also went to TOMBREEN, and TOMBREEN was historically known as one of the best targets. So we put a hole in there, and at the end of 2017, we got 2 meters at 16 grams, over 16 grams at TOMBREEN. Unfortunately, although there was still gold at Gibbet Hill, it was low grade. So, but it's not completely written off Gibbet Hill. We obviously we'd only literally just scraping the surface there. So, but to actually have gold there is a big deal, and we will get back there again. So in 2018, we also decided to drill a few holes at Knocknallure as well as TOMBREEN. Now, the Knocknallure project, that was drilled historically, and there was 30 centimeters at nearly 19 grams, and another 40 centimeters at nearly 20 grams that was got historically. So we did drill at that target. Unfortunately, we did get low grade, but we weren't drilling in the exact same places as what was drilled historically. So, but the fact that there's mineralization there and there's gold grade there, still a great target for us. But we got a big surprise at TOMBREEN in 2018 when we hit 8 meters at just over 4.5 grams. So that was spectacular grade, and we got a lot of recognition for that. So, and you can see we have a few other targets which we need to do some more work on. Well, the Mine River, where there was historic drilling, 1.75 meters at 0.3 grams. So we want to follow up on that. We'd love to follow up as well on the historic rock sampling at Primrose Hill and Cran Hill. We've got 8.5 grams up there, and even up to Hollyford there, where there's historic trenching that located, 2.6 grams. And there's deep overburden samples that have never been followed up. So there's a huge trend to do work on. So in 2019 and 2020, we selected the area mainly around Tombreen because of the great target that we got there. You're talking about an area that has very little to no outcrop. So this is very much, everything is undercover. We need to employ as many different exploration techniques as we can to try and determine where we're going to drill next. So this is why we did the geophysics that brings out the unit of interest, which is here in this map in by red and purple there. You can see that's the sort of target lithology that we're looking at. And then we employed this soil sampling. So you can see here, this is the sort of the grid, the area that we focused on. This is focused around Tombreen, Mine River, and Primrose Hill. So we did that in 2019, 2020. So this new approach enabled us to cover a huge area, to take as many samples as possible and analyze them very quickly. So you could potentially take 100 samples a day, and we were analyzing them using an XRF. And we were then doing further gold analysis using this other technique, this MEFA technique. That's what we used. And the results from that were excellent. We got various anomalies, not just gold anomalies, but we have these indicator minerals that go along with the gold. So we've got these gold anomalies and gold indicator anomalies that were overlapping each other, and that's what gave us these main targets to work from. So it picked out the Tombreen target and a large area towards the south of the Tombreen area, as well as these new anomalies over towards the west. So here's just you can see on screen, this is a little compilation map of the Tombreen target. So we've now selected out of the whole Mine River gold trend, we're focused on this small area, this maybe 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer area that we're fully focused on right now, which we're wanting to drill. And where we started off drilling last month was at this new, what we're calling it Tombreen West. It's it's 750 meters away from where we were drilling in 2018 over to the west. So it's quite a strike distance between the two. So we sunk first hole there, and we quickly sent it to the laboratory just to see, are we in the right ballpark, we're in the right area. And sure enough, we got 80 centimeters at 4.7 grams and over 2 meters at 0.5 gram. So this was amazing, to go into you're in a blank field here. There's no bedrock, there's no nothing. We're just solely going on a bit of geophysics and geochemistry, and we were following up from the trenching program that we had done at the end of last year. So these targets that you see here, we dug a few trenches around some of them just to see if we could get bedrock. We didn't get bedrock in all the times, but we did get bedrock at Tombreen West, and that's where we identified the visible gold, and that's what we drilled. So we're waiting on the results for the other 2 holes that we did at Tombreen West, and we've now got the rig has moved over back to the Tombreen main area. We are now drilling deeper from where we drilled last time in 2018, and we will be progressing over to this large untested anomaly to the south of the Tombreen main area, and then eventually we'll be testing these other anomalies over towards the west of there. So we have quite a large target area within this very large target lithology. So I guess the key message is that we've got a new technique, we've trialed it, and it's tried and tested now, and we are really hopeful for more discoveries in the coming weeks and coming months along this trend, and hopefully in the coming years we will also expand along this trend. So
So just on the trend then, Gavin, what's the concept or context around the trend? Can you give us some context? What's its history? Where does it run? That kind of thing.
The trend, I mean, this was known back in the 1800s. It's called Mine River. We call it the Mine River Project because it was known back in the 1800s or potentially even older that you can pan for gold in these streams. I mean, me and the team did try to do a little bit of panning there, and you could get a little bit of gold now and again. But, I think it's probably all been taken out already.
Okay.
And then along this trend is the Avoca mine. So that's the well-known gold mine, and so we're just down trend from that same lithology.
Okay, and just as you mentioned that, what about the neighbours in the area? The history or other companies operating? Are there some good neighbours around?
Other companies? Yeah, there's other companies also working on the same trend, and I believe they're getting positive results as well. As I said, there's the biggest difficulty in working in this environment, and that's us and our neighbours, is trying to find bedrock. I mean, it's okay if you're up on the top of the hills, but this area is it's well undercover. So exploration it takes its time. So
Okay. Now, when I've spoken in the past to John, the chairman of Arkle, he almost alluded to the fact that you were quite downbeat about this project until the latest result. So, how does this latest result make you feel? Are you beginning to feel that you understand things a bit more and get a bit more confidence now?
Yeah, it's definitely, you put a lot of work and a lot of effort into it, and you drill a few holes and you don't get the results that you'd hope for. It's I mean, this is just the exploration game. You get the highs and the lows, and of course we were a bit low at the end of the last drilling. We stepped out towards the west, and we didn't get the grade, and we couldn't understand why we were not getting the grade, since what we observed in the drill core, and we could match up. I mean, the idea with the drilling is that we can look a long trend and we can match up these different drill holes based off lithology, but unfortunately the lithology there it's quite difficult because it's quite contorted, it's quite deformed, and it is faulted, so it does make geological interpretation quite difficult. But there is this trend. I mean, there is this 45-degree trend, that the basic trend that it goes, but within it there is a lot of irregularities. So we had a blank area. We were stumped until we came across this soil survey method, and as I said, we covered the whole area, and then you can just see straight away, just looking at this, we hit in 2018, our first drill hole was excellent. Our second drill hole, we got nothing. But you can see it's just centered in between where these two gold anomalies are. So, when we look at that and we go, and then you can see historically there was some trenching done, but it appears to miss all the big targets. So, when you can see it visually, saying, here's where the targets are, and we've never drilled there yet. That's the buzz, because now we've got targets. Now we want to drill test it. And the fact that we already drilled and we got the results, we put the rush on through the lab. We needed to know whether we were in the right place. And we saw visually, we were in the right place, just looking at the drill core. And yeah, you get that sort of confirmation. Yes, your technique works. We've got the golden indicator anomaly and the gold anomaly, and we hit something. And there's like, okay, where next? Can we build a resource now around these different targets in that area? So that's what we're wanting to do. And as long as we get the good grades, we're just going to continue going.
Where are you targeting then now? I presume it's in the TOMBREEN area, but what specifically? Just looking at that slide you were just on, and then the heat map. Where is going to be the main focus, do you think?
Yeah, so the heat map here, so that's the geophysics. So the purple area was denoting the target lithology. So we were in the right kind of area then over on top of that, I've put these contours, these yellow and red contours, which is the gold anomaly and the gold indicator anomalies. So as I said, where we were focused, in the first drill hole, we wanted to just test, does our new technique work? We punched a few holes, so just 100 meter holes into this new TOMBREEN West anomaly, just to confirm that our technique works. We're pretty sure that it works now. And obviously we want to try these other smaller anomalies to the south. But our main focus is at the TOMBREEN main area. And that is this large gold anomaly, and then to the south, the gold and gold indicator anomaly to the south. I'm most excited to move across here. So right now we're testing the TOMBREEN main gold anomaly, and then hopefully next month we'll be drill testing the big anomaly to the south of the area.
Okay.
And that's our plan to stick. We're going to stick to that plan just now, and then hopefully, coming towards the end, we'll be able to test, maybe one of these other new anomalies towards the west.
Well, that's fantastic, Gavin. And just a final thought, if we can. You've touched on the plans, but what are the key things that are happening right now and in the near-term future that you're the most excited about? And equally, what investors or shareholders in Arkle should be looking out for?
We have a new technique that works. It's drill confirmed now. And the fact that we have anomalies now that are much bigger than what we initially thought, we want to drill test them. And I hope we continue to get the good grades there. And ultimately, we're wanting to build a resource here. So, Stone Park has an already established resource with our partners in the west of Ireland, and here seems to be, where we can build a resource now. We've got some very exciting results up in Inishowen, and that will come. But right now, we're focused here at Mine River, and we really think that we're onto something, and we will produce hopefully some really good results before the year end.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Gavin Berkenheger there, the consultant geologist for Arkle Resources, thank you very much for your time, giving us a good insight there into the Mine River project that Arkle have.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Thank you for listening to this Stockbox interview. For more information, interviews and videos, visit our website at stockboxmedia.com or give us a follow on Twitter by searching @StockboxMedia.